At the 21st degree, which is a heartfelt degree of our emotions, the moon and our heart, the sun being number 1. So when our heart and our feelings come together, our wishes become delicious. What we believe is augmented in our chalice. And being that the moon is in its opposing sign, Capricorn, emotions, they really want a prime directive, but the leadership of Saturn is streaming in a new vibration. And the feelings of our home feels as if it's at home. It really wants a home life. It's being restructured to a new emotional foundation. But not only that, it's going to be otherworldly incredible, being the brightest illumination in the sky. It's a supermoon. So full moons are, at the moment, they're a way to access the hidden streams of our emotions. They are like the final ingredient to the sauce.
And with that, inshallah and ashe. It's a talented Tuesday. So really it's the prelude to the bounty of a full supermoon. If you haven't watched that, be sure to do that. The meditations, cleansing out the chalice of our energetic centers. But today, are you ready for feeling the feels? Might feel like a ride, a roller coaster ride, or an airwave ride. Riding the waves as the high tides start coming in, but not to fear. It may feel that way, like a tidal wave, but it's kind of like a sigil or diving deep, going to the depths of your soul, feeling into your future self, your higher self, your Sira, which you look like on the other side. But the ocean, the ocean is vast. It's a galactic. It's like the galaxy, but it's in our world. And being that we're in the seasons of the moon and having a supermoon as well, we have a vault that's opening up to all and any possibilities. But it's a day to filter through your feelings, feeling your feels, your emotional foundation, boundaries, and the wisdom channel of the emotional field. The wisdom of the emotions, the ancient wisdom, and tuning into our feelings and paying attention to the deeper hidden messages, if you will, of water. So it may turn out to be a passionate heart kind of exhibiting kind of day. So if you have any triggers, just know that you are ego looping in the heart. She is the queen. She's the goddess of our emotions that should be filtering through those. So do what you can to protect your personal emotional freedom foundation. Don't dismiss anything and really tune into your feelings. I'd probably start writing them down. But with that, welcome to the Daily Snippet on a Talented Tuesday. I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic Sha medium. My intention is to utilize the power of the indigenous technologies, the elemental realms, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic, the star that I believe we are, through the realms of the elementals, the elemental highway, into the imaginal realm, the mystical realm, through the gateway of the shamanic portal, with the cosmos, subtle energies, elements, and elemental beings, and really so much more, with offerings and prescriptions, along with rituals to really add to your container or cleanse it, your personal medicine, your inner genius, really your prime directive. I'm just assisting you into discovering that inner genius and utilizing your personal medicine to become the star that I believe we all are, reintroducing you to and through that magical essence within so you shine even brighter. And once again, I am Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. So, the galactic sea of emotions is really the topic of the day. It's an inspirited day, especially if our heart lights up. And if your heart is feeling the depths, the deeper depths of emotion, take time, take space, reflect, meditate, and really go into that sacred space, the chalice, because that's what's streaming into these galactic rivers of the collective. So things may stream different or become aligned. Communication is divine intervening, like a divine intervention. So really taking the time to authenticate our feelings, like authenticate, when you download an app or something and you authenticate it. But meditate if you can by nature, and especially by moving water. It's like we're streaming into the past, the future, and into the moment, the now. So really asking ourselves, how do I feel about me on the inside? And in doing so, we begin to align and adjust and possibly remap, or going to a mountaintop, get a mountaintop perspective, an alternate point of view for what your future life is to come, like what's streaming into the future. However, you have to get into that sacred space. So this is an idea of creating sacred boundaries and distinguishing how we do feel. Or are they somebody else's feelings or are they mine? So it's like feeling into the past, feeling into the future, and being in the now. So it's grounding, protecting, and centering, and just knowing that our past sensations are literally, they're in the rear view mirror. Not that they didn't exist or we didn't experience them, but we really want to hold a signature note, a seed sound for today, just streaming that sound out into our future, like the harmonics of a future thread, a filling future thread, or streaming in the sound note. So what's the future feel like for you? Maybe we need to do a little fine tuning, kind of like strings on a guitar when you're calibrating your strings, or the keys on a piano, and feeling into our feelings, the bass note, our signature bass note of what we're feeling. So you're going to keep kind of watching and paying attention to which ones you want to dismiss, and feel into the different pathways, the directions of our subconscious rivers. So you may become so otherworldly passionate today that you need to step into a sacred space to ground your feelings, an altar, a prayer station, a gratitude, a blessing bowl, and just really allow the sensations to flow. All kinds of spiritual practices that really create flow for you. For some, it may be yoga. For others, it may be cardio. For some, it may be getting in the water, taking a bath, getting in the shower. It could be just taking a few breaths and a pause. But really what you want to do in any aspect is really trust the universe and do that good selling, like you're on a selling ship to good vibrations in the ocean, the water of the galaxy. So anything that's tipping your chalice over, that might need that fine tuning, that readjustment. So with that, if you have yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I stream there daily, Authentically Heartfelt, please do. Tanya D. And for those of you that are new and have subscribed, Ahhhh, and thank you, blessings. I'm sending that right back at you, toning into that frequency. But go ahead and hit the bell button so you're also notified. Commenting and sharing, that gets you a message for your day to get you on your way. Just echoing out the algorithm to other like-minded musers like yourself out in the galactic universe who may also muse about insights of the other world, the world of spirit, source, beings that are otherworldly, the mystical, the magical, elemental, and so much more. And you can also find me on other social platforms like TikTok, my Facebook, Instagram, and my podcast, Musing with Tanya D. The last one was dedicated to the otherworldly, divine feminine, and connecting with that for obvious reasons. And if your soul wishes to dive deeper, go into the realms of the other world, go into my Musing corridor. This is my digital library in the sky, where I have some amazing opportunities and options to assist you and to guide you. I really am your shamanic otherworldly assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we need an otherworldly point of view or a perspective, and generally I tend to rattle the cages. But as it is the prelude to the supermoon, be sure to check out the full moon, full buck moon, say that 5 times, Musing moon meditation, say that one 5 times, and tag me with you listening to it if you don't mind. The links are in the show notes, and the cosmic energies are divinely swirling. And also, join me for my energetic meditation circle. This one's going to be cleansing the cosmic chalice with the season of the sun. So we have joy, we have fun, we have seasons in the sun, right? The season of Leo, the heart of the chalice. And the sun is actually going to be highlighted, streaming live to cleanse that. So invest in yourself as well. Soliciting Solitude is totally an inward journey at a one-time price of $88, going with the buck full moon. It's a library of growing meditations that you can tune into right now on your little handheld device. Simple and easy on an app. Oh yeah. And that's that's TikTok. Melodoma, my mentor, is on my phone. But again, it's only a one-time investment. $88 till midnight, July 31st. Okay, and on the funny corridor here. Oh, where is my little guys? Hang on, I've moved my screen. Dun 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 dun. I should have pulled these up sooner, but this is super exciting. Okay, there's runes, or there's light language, light codes, or Ogham. Those are symbols done in wood, for messages from trees, basically. So those are your options. You choose runes or an Ogham or light language. Comment in the notes. I can see them over there. So it's like, what's curious and what's speaking to your curious mind, if you will. Dun, 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 dun. So you have some options. Take a breath, take a pause. Not sure what I'm going with, but I did change it up today, so you know. And on the elemental highway, what do we have? We've got a young fire tiger of a day. It's the sun and the forest. Big old sun. So it may be rather lively, rather exciting, passionate kind of day. We've got the sun. So our day is solid. Earth, the goat, is the dominant element that's beaconing through, born from the fires. And water we have. So our fires are feeling it active today. Our spirit's active, it's alive, it's doing well. And really metal. Metal would be the element. If you were part of Rising of the Origins, I'd bring in the elementals related to metal and mineral, etc. The ritual for the full moon, blessings, stuff like that. And it probably isn't a big surprise. We've got charisma. That's the god of our day, originating from the warrior. It's a passionate day to actually be seen, utilizing our charisma, being confident, having courage like a warrior. So you're going to be seen stepping into it effortlessly. And we do need some original warriors like the gods of grace. So shift is shifting. There is no going back to what it was, what it has been. But metal is the needed element, communicating. It's a directive to balance our day, making decisions that are for community, not just for the self, the cause and the effect, the after effects sometimes. But we do have two fires. We've got yang fire and yin fire. So both yin and yang metal. So both metals as well would be very effective, which creates the water. And that assists with the emotions, not just for today, but in the cosmic oceanic rivers, the conscious river streams, those waves for the day. So yeah, it's pretty, yeah, we do need metal. Metal would be great. And water, if you want to go to the waters. Okay, back to my little characters here. Okay, again, we've got runes and Ogham and light language. Choices, options. Give you a minute. I know you're out there. Okay, this is going to be fun. So I actually went with different decks today. So if you chose the runes, you get the giveaway. This comes from the Shaman Oracle Mysticism deck I have. But the giveaway, card number 23. So this is a mind as a collaborative tool. Once we align our beliefs and our feelings in our chalice, the mind agrees and obeys the queen. Wow, you mean I own my mind? Yes, I do own my mind. It does not own me. Minds need to have affirmations. They get us in trouble. They can take us down the rabbit hole. But what does the heart believe and what's the feeling that our heart feels? Then our thoughts are mindful of both sides of that coin. But the gifting away is the gift that we really offer to life. It's like our creator purpose, if you will. We do things without being attached to it. We do things without expecting anything back, just having an attitude of gratitude. This is the heartfelt, genuine gift of giving. And we can only give authentically, you know, with no control. Sometimes I've had people give me gifts and I'm like, I hope they don't think they own me for this because I can feel it. You know, and something simple to give, a smile, a kind word, opening a door. So this isn't giving to others what we no longer want. I like to re-gift a gift that may be a treasure for somebody else that's just been sitting on my shelf. No attachment to it, but it's gifting that's authentic and it comes from love. It comes from our heart. It's genuine. It's real. It's a feeling of giving. It has a different sensation and vibration, but it is otherworldly. So we need to ask ourselves, you know, do we need to set limits on how much of ourselves we do give? And if you're giving more than what's healthy or more than you're able to give, and you do that for too long, right? So it's the oxygen mask on the airplane. Mask on yourself first, then the mask on the others, right? Because if you start over giving, you start feeling resentful with your community around you, friends, partners, etc. Or you feel like the world owes you something in return. So just kind of notice if you give for any reason other than pure generosity, pure heartfelt kindness, or are you trying to be liked or accepted? Two sides of the coin. Or are you trying to heal an old wound? So literally, this is kind of a message to give to yourself first, like the oxygen mask, and offer yourself the care, the love, the time, and your own acceptance. Be generous to yourself first, the things that we're longing for. And once we experience plenty, then we can truly give to others authentically. So it's like filling your cup full first so it overflows to the outer brims or the rims, if that makes sense. Okay, and who chose the light language? Light language. You're getting the threads of fate. That's where this one's streaming in. Super galactic. Do you see the 8 of Wands? So 8, that's decisions, commitments. It's Saturn. It's the Wands, which are fire, action, passions, more passion today, inspiration, excitement, wild, creativity, raw energy, and the symbol of infinity, the 8. Sacred boundaries of 2 worlds. Kind of goes with the elementals of the day, if you've noticed that. But this is potential, it's faith, it's being in the flow. So it's a message kind of indicating that the universe, the super God universe, is opening up an energetic river of potential. And it's time right now to grab our own inner tube and just jump on it. The inner tube, not an, oh gosh, what was I thinking? I'm seeing an inner tube, an inner tube. So go with the current, don't fight it. Don't question whether or not either. Don't even care where it's going to be taking you, where you want to go. It's going to do that naturally. So if you've been facing any challenges, just trust that they are or will be over very soon, and that things are now working in your favor. So you may receive small or big signs, but trust the opportunity, trust, have faith. Expansion's coming in the near future. It's like you can see it. And just know that what you want is coming, but you don't have to worry about it or wonder how it's going to be coming. It's just that faith. So we're trying to get there more quickly. So do everything you can to build up the energy that the universe is like presenting for you. And don't waste the opportunity that this momentum is bringing. And do know that when the right opportunity presents itself, you're going to absolutely 100% recognize it. But stay grounded, be in the moment as things pick up speed and things shift. So we really want to go with the flow, but we don't want to kind of drown in the flowing. So because this is a period, it's like ripe for manifesting. So get clear, get specific on what it is that you do desire and focus on that. So the universe knows what to send your way. But being again that it's otherworldly, this kind of encourages us to slow down, kind of take that breath, take that pause, and kind of examine our situation, get the details. Maybe you're moving too quickly. Maybe you need to weigh the pros and the cons of what's happened to make those good decisions, better decisions. So it's important to stick to one thing long enough to see it through before moving on to something else. It's like from A to Z, make sure you get all the way to Z before you start a new A. And the underlying message, you know, for the 8 of Wands is seriously to be patient, no matter what the situation is. Patient and compassion. So we need to slow down and kind of distance ourselves a little bit and view things from that mountaintop perspective. So any frustration that you might be feeling right now, that's just creating more resistance. So surrender, but do the surrendering after the reflection and take the actions that you feel are right. And this can also indicate that we're kind of resisting change. What we resist persists, and that we need to go to the waters to go with the flow to get into the water. And really calling the bounty of this full moon. This is 8, which is also Capricorn. It's getting in the flow, having faith. So it's kind of all messaging all around the frequencies of the day. Okay, who chose the Ogham? And I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but I'm going with it. You get, they're little sticks with symbols. They're fun little divination tools. I was looking for my bag. It's around here somewhere, but I'm not seeing it. But you get the Fae. This is a message from the Fae. You cannot make this up. This is Solace, number 13. So this is where does our heart believe we belong or do not belong? So this is energy, vibration, frequency. It's a state of belonging. It's otherworldly. It's dimensions. It's seeing into the unseen. He kind of reminds me of the sun, kind of in a way. But he's part of the singer of the realms, which you guys know how much I love the singers. This energy is constantly with us. It's always available. They're like the angelic beings. But all we need to do is ask for them and be aware of the events and the insights that follow that request. But I think this is a message for us to open ourselves up and meditate seriously and send love to the singers, allowing their essence to flow through us, especially with the bounty of the moon coming in. But this is knowledge, it's consciousness, it's spiritual empowerment, it's synthesis or synthesizing. But he stands midway between the realm of the singers and that of manifest reality. So this is like the in-between and the in-between. But it's the realms of the fairy, this world, and other realms and dimension. It kind of reminds me of the morphogenetic field, if I had to look at it that way. That just popped in. But the singers dwell in the cosmos without boundaries or differentiations. But we, in the Fae, we live in the worlds where there are limitations and overcoming boundaries to identify and expand, which then helps us grow. Often we get triggered because we're in a growth period. We're changing and transforming. So when we don't know what we need or who to turn to, this little character, Solos, he's going to help us if we ask. So he also wants us to allow the surface noise, right? The congestion of our world to fade. Fade, not fade. So he's kind of waiting, and he's encouraging us to really stand on our own 2 feet and really recognize and utilize our own ancient wisdom and develop our own inner strengths and acknowledge and work with our own elevated qualities, like the better ones that we sometimes lose our stepping stones on, but using them just as that, like stepping stones to improve what we're not so good at. But at the same time, he also recognizes that nobody ever does everything alone, right? So he's helping us make the connections and have the insights that really assist us to accept wisdom and energy, or even assistance from the other realms, especially the realms of the singers, the song of the universe, and the Fae. So it's like faith and Fae. It's kind of interesting. But faith in the human spirit. Solus sees us as arrows fired from a bow, choosing our own directions and soaring into undreamt of heights, being empowered by trust and a creative life force, if you will. So this is like passion in action. So when the light and the spiritual empowerment of Solus is veiled, like we can't see it, we really need to remember that this singer, this song is here to help us with seemingly lost causes, or, our hopes are dissipating. So when you don't even know what to ask for, just literally ask for his help and guidance and do the best that you can for yourself. This is ritual. This is fire ritual. It's water. It's blessings. It's gratitude, for what we have for us. Things happen for us, not to us. And just tuning into the sacred feelings, emotions. They should really come before anything else, and feeling into investing into our future self. And in doing so, we then create sacred spheres between each emotional tone. So we are manifesting a new toned future, and exercising our emotional empathy channel, our muscles, our emotional muscles, if you will, the sacral kind of beaconing out into the cosmos. So for me, I'd be reflecting in my own emotional waters, allowing the muddled sensations to really just flow on downstream, and bring in metal as a conduit to connect. So what is the feeling you wish to feel in your future space? Giving it grace. So in the future, myself, I'm creating a Witcher's Way to Manifestation. That's going to be something you're going to have to subscribe to. It's a limited space opportunity. It's going to be otherworldly, but I would affirm that I am frequenting the emotional tone of my feelings today, feeling my feels and feeling into your future self. It's like, what does your future self feel that it wants to feel like? So what's so bad about feeling juicy? It really does elevate our personal frequency in our own chalice. But be sure with that to share your rituals. I may start this evening and bring it into tomorrow. I might make myself some of those Oghams. Just let me know if you're interested. Sticks and stones, maybe some bones. But with that, thanks for tuning in. And as always, I will see you on the other side. Ahhhh. And again, blessings to you for subscribing. Lights up my heart.